What's up, Doc Sports? It is me, Detroit Lenny here, joined with Robert Faringo. Talk some MLB action. We got a free play for you for Friday, May 23rd against the Colorado Rockies and the New York Yankees in Colorado, 8:40 Eastern time, somewhere around there. Check your local listings. We got a free $60 account. Also, link in the description of the video. If you haven't already signed up for it, docs.com/free60. You get a free $60 account or free $60 parked in your account when you sign up for Doc's free $60 account. Robert, you're here to talk New York Yankees and the Colorado Rockies. Worst team in baseball, for sure. I don't know.
Listen, anybody that has been watching Docs Daily, that has been watching some of these free play videos, anyone that's listened to me talk about baseball over the last 2 months, I've been saying it since April. I'm like, this is the worst team I've ever seen. I'm not saying that as hyperbole. I'm not saying that to, bump up the likes and subscribes or any of that nonsense. I'm being dead serious. As a handicapper, this is the worst baseball team that I've ever seen. They have maybe 4 or 5 major league caliber players on their roster, very few of them pitchers, including today's starter, Tanner Gordon. This guy isn't a major league pitcher. I think he's made 6 appearances in his career, and his ERA is close to 8. The guy shouldn't be out there. These Rockies shouldn't be out there. They are off to the worst 50-game start since 1895, Lenny. 1895.
I didn't even know they had a team in 1895.
Of any team in baseball history. Of any team in baseball going back to 1895, no one has had a worse start. They're 8-42. They are on pace to win 25 freaking games this year. Unfortunately, the window is closed on that money line value where you could just blindly bet -1.5 and you were getting the juice at -120, -140, -150. That's gone. Now we have to lay what? We have to lay 2.5 on this game. But you know what? I think it's still worth it. Don't you?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I will lay the juice, especially the Yankees. I mean, they're feast or famine by themselves. They're going to hit the ball. It's in Colorado. We all know about the elevation, stuff like that. But you mentioned Tanner Gordon. I mean, he should be in the farm system somewhere, developing appropriately, not thrown. My concern with the Colorado Rockies,
or he should stop playing baseball and become a farmer.
One or the other, either way. But my concern with the Colorado Rockies is when it comes to trade deadline, normally we would see teams like this be sellers. There's nothing to sell.
Nothing.
I mean, so what's that say about your future? Like me as a Tigers fan, last year they're borderline playoff team. I want them to be buyers, this and that. You talk about that. Rockies fans, it's bad right now.
It's bleak. It is very bleak. And like I said, you don't get a ton of opportunities like this in sports betting, like the one we had the first 7 weeks of the season, where you could just blindly bet against the Rockies -1.5 every day. I do actually still think that there's value, especially against a potentially potent New York lineup, where I feel comfortable saying lay that -2.5 today. It's right around -105, right? But the Yankees, they just have played some big series against Seattle, at Seattle, against the Mets. They just played the Rangers. They played some good pitching staffs, so their hitting numbers are a little bit depressed right now. This is going to feel like they've been let out of jail.
This batting practice.
That's right. It's BP going to Colorado and facing this lineup. I think they're going to be putting up some big numbers, and these guys know they want to pad those stats, man. Once payday comes at the end of the year, they want to get paid for those numbers, and this is a perfect weekend for them to go out and put up some big ones.
I wouldn't even be opposed to laying like an alternate run line at like 3.5, maybe even getting crazy with a 4 number. I'm sure you could find a 4.5 out there for some, in an alternate run line, because I think the Yankees, the total sits at 11.5. If you told me tomorrow that the Yankees won this game like something astronomical, like 17-0,
right, sure,
I would not be. I'd be like, well, they played the Rockies. I mean, that's all I got.
And I mentioned this in a free play video that we did earlier in the week. I think it was at that point 8 of 9 games. We gave a free play winner on the over in one of their against Philadelphia 2 games ago. They went under last night in a 2-0 game, but I believe it's 9 of their last 11 home games have seen 12 runs or more, because again, their pitching is just that bad. So it's less to do with the elements and more to do with the fact that they're just terrible. I think they should just throw out the humidor altogether. Go back to playing with that normal ball and at least have some fun. Go back to those like 18-11, slugfest softball game type scores that they used to play in the early 90s and give the people some entertainment at least, because it's pretty ugly. I definitely like the Yankees -2.5 today.
Speaking of that total, I like that you talked me into that against Philly. That one we're talking about, that over 11.5. I tell everybody about my anxiety of betting overs over 10.5, and you got me to bet an over 11.5, and it cashed. And I was like, oh, I never sweat a game out so much that I knew a total over 10.5. I'll tell you, you see a big guy sweat right there. All right, Robert's taking the run line here in the Yankees. Lay it, whatever you got, whatever you want, 2.5, whatever. Lay it with the Yankees tonight in Colorado. Don't forget, check out Robert's premium plays, DocSports.com. You can find him on his main page over there. Free $60 account, DocSports.com/free60. You can find it in the link in the description of this video. Use that $60 on any of Robert's premium plays. It's for new customers. Try them out. Whether it's you can use that towards a week pass, if I'm correct, or you can use that on a daily, whatever you want, or break it up, multiple cappers.
I have a 7-unit WNBA play going tonight, my first of the year. I'm going to have a 7-unit baseball play tomorrow. You can get both of them free. That will be covered by that $60. So
what are you waiting for, folks? Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Good luck unless you're against us.